All right, what's going on, y'all? I'm about to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second. I'm about to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, London session just started. I'm about to send this link out. What's going on, y'all? All right, we're going to go over the game plan for today. Wait for some more people to hop in. The London session did start. We're running the opening candle right now. All right, cool. All right, so we're about to go over the game plan. So we're going to be watching EA, we're going to be watching GA, we're going to be watching gold, and then we're going to be watching the JPY pairs. So that's going to be the game plan for this London session. Then we're going to go over how we did last week, and then we're going to go over a few other things this stream. But right now, we're just going to be going on to smaller time frames and just paying attention to price, because a lot of these pairs are right at key price levels. So we're just going to be patiently waiting, of course, for the confirmation. So looking at GA, I'm leaning towards a sell if price can break below this level, because we did catch a nice sell last week. It was either on GA or EA. I have to pull up the charts. I have to pull up Telegram, and we'll go over that in a second. But if you want to go ahead and get a preview of that, go ahead and click that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram. You see on the screen how we did last week. And we're going to go over how we're doing this month so far and how we did last quarter and all that good stuff. I'm going to put that right there. All right, cool. Yes, right now there's a few charts I'm looking at. I'm going to break those down in just a second. Yes, I'm going to keep GA on this screen. I'm looking at SPX and indices. They're slowly pushing up as well. So we're going to see what that's talking about also. 1 second. It's not there yet, so I'm going to keep that on my other monitor. So I'm going to keep GA right here. I'm looking at the other pairs on my other screen just to see what else is going on. I think this is the one that's closest to a level as of now. So we're going to lock in on this one. Euro AED is looking good as well. So just the AED pairs right now. The JPY pairs are retracing. And then the New Zealand pairs aren't at any good price levels. So we're going to be paying attention to the AED pairs, JPY pairs. We're going to be watching the indices and possibly gold. This is going to be the game plan. All right, cool. Mark that off. Yeah, so we're going to wait. New 5-minute just started. It is slowly trying to push down. Both EA and GA are doing that, so I'm going to write these up in a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to pay attention to these pairs. I'm going to flip back and forth onto this screen, the other charts, if things happen. But if not, we're just going to keep it on this, because this pair is the pair we're going to be paying attention to right now. Those are just joining the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Watching GA, EA. We'll be watching the indices. That's going to be the game plan for the live. Looks like gold did a nice move last night. So we're just going to wait for it to hit the next key price level. You know, we're watching these pairs right here. We're going to flip back to GJ in a second as well. Yeah, so it's still holding this level. It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't really look for buys unless price breaks back above this level. Did a nice retest on Friday. So we're actually at a perfect position for a new low to be made today. So we're just going to patiently wait. So I'm not looking for buys unless price breaks above this level. Possible short-term buys, but super safe buys would be above 85.95. Now, sells, we're going to see if we can stay below 84.80, 84.75. And if we can stay and hold below that, then I'll feel comfortable going for a sell. But right now, it hit this level, it's rejecting it. So we're just going to leave it alone for now. Again, those are the key levels. There's a level here. But again, the way it's set up, I'm looking for high probability setup. So if it breaks below here, there's a high chance it's going to rip to the downside like we saw it do on Friday. But if it holds this level, we see it reject to the upside like we saw it do on Wednesday. Or this is another Wednesday. Interesting. What day was this? Friday? Okay. Yeah, so that's what we're doing right there. So that's what we're going to be waiting on because it can come back up here and then reject back down like we saw right here. So we're just going to patiently wait and just watch what it does. Those are the two levels we're going to be, well, I am at least going to be waiting for entries at. This pair at least. So we're just going to, you know what I'm saying, keep it like that. Yeah, but I am looking at some other pairs on my screen just to see what's going on. But yeah, all the JPY pairs are kind of doing the same thing. They're all looking bullish, but they're all at key price levels. Like I can pull up AJ right now and show you all the same exact thing. All right, so let me put it back up on. And then if we zoom out, we can clearly see that we got a nice little staircase, and we can also see here how this is an extremely strong support resistance level. Again, we're on a daily time frame. All right, so this is the past 3 days. This was the beginning of April the 3rd. This was March 31st. This was March 15th. This right here was May 22. This right here, April 2011. So over 10 years, we see prices done the same thing. So if price has done the same thing for over 10 years, who are we not to follow what price is doing or what price has historically done for over a decade? That'd be silly of us, right? So that's why we have these levels marked off. And that's why I have no issue patiently waiting for these setups, because again, we just saw for over 10 years, price has been respecting these levels and doing the same exact thing. So if it's been doing it for 10 years on multiple time frames, there's a high chance it can do it again here. So, whoops. There's that. So we're going to go back to pull these indices, see what's going on there. I'm still watching GA and EA. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend. So yeah, we're going to see if Fawn's going to pick up this next 15. But not, you know what I'm saying, it's Monday. We're not going to rush anything. But this is what US30 is looking like. Go on the daily. I went over this with the members last night, so they already kind of understand what's going down. I'm going to go over with y'all on the live. So we are bullish. We have a level of traffic to the left. You'll probably see it better if I do this. Yeah, so we are bullish. We're obviously in the uptrend. Everything's showing us buys. We're strictly going to look for buys. Had a nice retest, on what was this, Friday, pushing back up, but we do have some levels of traffic to the left. And we can see where we're currently at is another key support resistance level, and how many times when prices hit this level it is either rejected or respected this level. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens this week. We also have a bunch of news popping off, especially Friday. Friday is just red. It looks like it looks like a crime scene on Friday. Like, it's just crazy. But ain't nothing new. I think the first Friday was a bunch of news, the first day with a bunch of news in general. So we got a few minutes until the next 5 minute, and the next 15 pops up. So we're going to see. Well, first we're going to see if my computer. There we go. I was like, what the heck happened? But he got his act together. So the AUD pairs are starting to slowly try to push back down. At least EA is. So we're going to go back to GA and see if GA is doing the same thing. So we see some slight red going down. So we're going to pull the JPY pairs just so y'all can see what I see as well. That way you guys just understand what's going on behind the scene, because I'm pretty sure I can put both of my screens up, but I'm not going to do that because I got a bunch of stuff in my stuff, so we're not going to do that. So this looks like it's trying to push back up. Pull this up then. Yeah. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like. Yeah, but there's a few setups materializing for us. So I'm going to go ahead and start writing some of these trade ideas up. Those are just on the string. We haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. The record you see on your screen, that's from last week. We went 10-0, last 0 trades. You can check that out in the Telegram, first link in the description. All right, we're going to pull it up in a second. But right now, I'm just on the charts, trying to make sure we don't miss any moves. And then we're going to go over the weekly recap in a second. This will be a decent risk to reward. Decent. Tight stop loss, decent risk to reward. What's the risk to reward? 95. Maybe even small units. That's decent. A few levels to work with. Yeah, we're going to keep it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and write this up. So give me 1 second, y'all. All right, EA is rejecting that level. Give me 1 second, y'all. We're typing some things up. Those are just from the string. We haven't entered anything yet. Might change in the next candlestick or two, though. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm just marking some charts up, some trade ideas up. I'm about to write some of the trade ideas up. And then we got a new 15 that just started. So we're going to see what that's talking about. So we're going to keep this on this screen. And then we're looking at the other pairs on the other screen. And then, of course, if anything goes down, I'll flip the screen so y'all can see what's going on. But yeah, EA and GA are holding that level right now as a support. That can change within the next hour or two, or when New York starts, or it could continue to become bullish. So not becoming biased. That's why we did the analysis, look at the multiple time frames, identify the best levels to look for certain entries, and we're just going to stick to those. Because again, with trading, a lot of people think it's gambling, but it's not. gambling. You just are gambling. You know what I'm saying? Trading is not gambling. You're just gambling. So to avoid all that is just to simply just wait for the best looking setups. That's it. And if your rules aren't met, simply just look at another pair, patiently wait, whatever the case may be, but never just enter low quality setups or just to see what happens or because you think it could do it. And you think what's the percentage of it doing it, you know, and granted, nothing's 100%, but still, if you think that way and you only look for opportunities or enter opportunities like that, your win rate will increase, your losses will lessen, and you'll just see a huge difference. At least I did when I started applying that stuff. So yeah, GA and EA are holding that level still. So we're watching AJ right here because we might jump in on this. We might jump in on this. Trying to see if there's anything else. But this is the only thing I see right here. The other JPY pair is a little too far for entries, so we're not going to look at those. Yeah, and then the New Zealand pairs are still ranging around. Granted, this is just the second candlestick of London, so we're going to see what happens this first hour. Yeah, things pushing back up. All right, since things are kind of not doing anything right now, we're going to pull up last week's results. Give me 1 second. I'm just about to put my other chart back up. But yeah, nothing's really popping off right now. So we're about to go ahead, do a quick recap of last week while we wait for volume to pick up. All right, because there is some news going down today. So we do have at 8:30, we got Empire State Manufacturing Index, and then 8:30 EST, by the way, EST, I'm on Eastern Standard. Then at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard, we got some Euro news. And then later on during Tokyo session, we got some Australian news, some China news. Then Tuesday, right before London, an hour before, we got some GBP news. And during London, we got some Euro news. Then New York, we got some Canadian news. The CPI is popping off this week. Then at 11, we got some more Canadian news, the governor speaking. Then Wednesday, same time, 2 a.m. again, CPI for GBP. Then once market reopens, we got some New Zealand CPI. Then Thursday, we got unemployment claims at 8:30. We got a bunch of news. We got FOMC at 8:30 as 8:45. So we got unemployment. Then 15 later, we got FOMC. Then 2 hours later, we got existing home sales. Then at 11:30, we got Canadian news. The governor speaking again. Then Friday, as you can see, like I said, it's just a crime scene. We got PMIs literally hour after hour, 15 minutes after 15 minutes every half hour. So it's going to be if it's going to be like I think it is, it's going to be very interesting during London session. It's going to be a lot of opportunities, or it's going to be super choppy and a lot of spikes and stuff until after this news event, until probably 10 or 11 or even 12 Friday. So it's definitely interesting Friday. So we want to see what we're going to do these first 4 days. All right, so AJ is holding this level. GA and EA are trying to push back down. New 5-minute just started. So we're going to lock back in on these right here. We're still about to pull up the Telegram though. I just need to make sure we're not going to miss anything while we're doing this. All right, but I like AJ right here. I'm not going to lie. So we might be entering this in a second. So let me go ahead and post a disclaimer out. I'm going to post it in the Telegram right now. So this is your first time on the channel. Make sure to hit that first link. Join the free Telegram and make sure to read that disclaimer. It's going to go over a few things. One, how you should go about entering any trade. Two, how the TPs work here. because my TPs, SLs, all that are a little bit different from other trader strategies and things like that. And then a few other things. It's a small little paragraph, but again, every sentence is to the point and it's important. All right, and these will answer some of the questions that I get asked a lot. So that's why it's included in here. So make sure to read that. All right, I'm going to post that right now. I am liking how AJ is looking, so we might be jumping in on this soon. Yeah, I like this right here. So it's at 93.05. 93.05. 8970. Those that hear me mumbling members, if y'all watched that live from last week when we went live during the news event, I literally just did what I was telling you I do every live. So those that caught on, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's just something from one of the lives with the students. Just a reference. 8.9, it's a decent stop loss. 6.5 to be safe. I don't even need to be that far down though. It's just to be safe. It's gonna be about a 40 pip stop loss. Nothing too crazy. Go ahead and write this up. Yeah, but the AED pairs are starting to push down, so we might be entering a few pairs either this next 15 or between 4 o'clock, depending on what they do. Like always, we're not rushing any trades. We're not feeling any pressure to enter any trades. We did our analysis. We know what we're looking at, and we know the best levels to enter trades to get the highest probability of it going our way. So we're just going to patiently wait for those levels to get hit and broken and confirmed, and then we'll go from there. I got no problem patiently waiting. Yeah, but I'm going to pull up the Telegram in a second. I just want to make sure that I got all this stuff ready. Because when stuff starts to pop off, they ain't gonna, market don't wait for us. Market never waits for us. So that's why you always got to be prepared a little bit early. What's going on, Qatar? I see you in here. Those that comment, don't worry. I see y'all's comments. I'm gonna respond when I pull it back up in my face. I'm using like all my monitors right now. I'm on 3 different screens, looking at a few pairs. So when things slow down, that's when I get to the comments, because I can get slightly sidetracked with the comments, and we missed some trades because of that. So just bear with me, and I appreciate the understanding. But we might be jumping into some things. This next 15 is kind of chilling here. So this next 5 minute, it's either going to try to break through or it's going to chill here to the next 15. But we got another 5 minutes before this next 15, so we could see something pop off. Look at SL for this. 525. Yeah, I'm about to pull up GA so y'all can see it too. Yeah, so AJ is holding his level, but new 5 minutes started. It went like this. It could switch the script on us when we go back to it. But I'm about to show you GBPJPY. So it's trying to break below. So if we can break below, we're going to go for a sell. But again, we're in no rush, because if it doesn't reject this level, it could try to push up. But if it can reject and hold this level, definitely not against going for a sell, but just patiently waiting. That's the main thing. And then the New Zealand pairs are still kind of in no man's land, but they look like they're trying to retrace down as well. as of now, they're not really at any good position for entry. So we're still just going to be paying attention to AJ, the AUD pairs, and then the indices. But the indices are kind of in no man's land as well. So there's that. So we're just going to pay attention to the currency pairs for now. Cool. Now for real, this time we're about to pull up the Telegram. Yeah, so we're going to just keep it on these. But yeah, prices are just ranging right now, but it is Monday. Some Mondays we have Mondays are kind of interesting. Some Mondays, it's volume packed off rip as soon as London starts. Other Mondays, it's kind of slow. It just depends on where price is at on the bigger time frames, the news events and all that stuff going on that week or that day. But usually, just to keep it simple, volume's not at its highest until New York for the most part. Well, certain pairs move better at certain times, but just keep it simple. Volume's not super, super strong or kind of normal or decent until around Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays, the days with the most volume, obviously. The Monday and Tuesdays, they can have good potential volume days. We've had plenty of good Mondays and Tuesdays, but they can also be super slow until New York or until deep into London session or deep into Tokyo or deep into any sessions in general. But yeah, we might be seeing something happen though. We got a couple minutes left into the next 15. While we're doing that, we're going to go ahead and pull this up because again, nothing's going down. So this is how we did last week. So we didn't take any trades on Monday. So we only had 4 days trading. So with 4 trading days, we caught 16,472 pips and went 10-0. So just imagine if we traded on Monday, because there were a few opportunities. So we could have traded, but instead, if I'm not mistaken, that's the day we did the giveaway. If I'm not mistaken, it was either this Monday or 2 Mondays ago. I'm pretty sure it was last Monday. But we did a giveaway for when we hit 500 subs. We're doing the next giveaway when we hit 1K. We're almost at 600 subs. But yeah, so Monday, no trades. Tuesday, we got 120 pips. Wednesday, we got 13,805. Thursday, we got 2,394. And the Friday, we got 153 pips. Giving us a 100% win rate for the week. 14,000 of those pips strictly with the members in Advanced Play Signal Room. Links down below. If y'all interested in joining that, is currently on sale. And if you click, you can see everything documented real time. From when the trade was posted, how many people viewed or entered the trade, when the TPs got hit, reactions, all that good stuff. And then every day, I do a recap of the day. And then also on my story, not TikTok, because TikTok, at least I see other people be able to post. When I post on TikTok, they don't like it. So I post all that stuff on my Instagram story. All right. And my Instagram is on the bottom of y'all's screen at playmaker_way. And my TikTok, make sure to follow though. Still, regardless, I still post on there, and the TikTok is Playmaker Way. But we see GA just rejected this level, so we're just going to still patiently wait. We're just going to move this over to the right, and we're just going to watch and see what it does. Because again, we know what we're looking for, so we're just going to patiently wait for the price to hit those levels. That's simple. That's simple. So let's see what these other pairs are up to. And this would have been nice to enter, but missed the entry literally right before stream. It pumped up, and I went over this with the members last night, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, I literally said, I was like, we could enter this right now, but I'm gonna wait till London session. But I literally went over that, I was like, it's looking like a good position, and it did the move during Tokyo session. It did a slight move. If we go back to it, we can see it. I went over this with the members last night before London. So it was right before it did this. So we could have caught a nice move here, then did a retest and a pump up. And obviously it's 3:30. So this is the 3:30 candle. It's the 3:15 candle. This is the 3 o'clock candle. So this is where the good entry would be at. So a little too far for us. Especially with GJ doesn't look like a lot, but GJ, the pips, like the pip amount is a lot different compared to like some like a AUD currency pair or New Zealand currency pair. Looking at AJ on my other screen, we're going to pull GA back up on here. Look at the indices still. They aren't doing anything. I might pull gold back up just to see what's going down, to make sure we're not missing any opportunities. But yeah, we're just going to be chilling for right now. Everything's really either just in no man's land like this, and by no man's land, I mean it's just between two of my zones, and they're just chilling or ranging. Like we see gold here, like we saw the New Zealand pairs, right? We pull up GB New Zealand, and we see that happening here as well, just chilling in no man's land. And again, this is the 15-minute time frame, so this is, you know, every 4 candlesticks is an hour, so it's literally been doing this for hours. You get what I'm saying? So we're just waiting for it to hit one of these levels, because when it hits one of these levels, it's going to start picking up the volume and momentum. It's going to start playing pinball, right? That's kind of how that works. So that's what we're basically waiting on right there. That's basically what's going down right there. But the GJ and EJ are trying to push up, so I want to assume that the other JPY pairs might try to follow. But of course, we have to wait to see that happen. We're not going to just jump in just because one pair is doing one thing. But yeah, I just want to show y'all what's going on, so y'all see what's going on behind the scenes. But we're going to pull back up GA just to keep an eye on it. Yeah, but you see, it was just green, now it's red. It's just ranging. That's why we don't want to trade here, because you don't want to trade when price is ranging. All right, because when price is ranging, it's going to do one or two. It's going to do one thing when it's ranging. It's going to break out, but we don't know which way it's going to break out, because all this pressure is getting built up, and it's either going to break to the downside and rip, or it's going to break to the upside and rip. But once it rips, it's going to rip. So you want to wait for it to break out, so you can see if it's going to rip to, is trying to go to the upside, treat this level here as support and climb up, or if it's going to break to the downside, treat this level here as resistance and then climb down. All right, make sure to rewind that, because you see this happen a lot on literally different pairs every day. All right, so this isn't a live. This is a little bit of extra free sauce that we breaking down with the members and our exclusive lives, our trade breakdowns and stuff like that. But yeah, price is just ranging right now, so we're just patiently waiting for it to break out the range. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. Might be changing soon, we'll see. But right now, we're just patiently waiting for price to hit one of our key levels. So we're just patiently waiting, y'all. Yeah, things are just chilling. So we got a dead Monday. Last Monday was pretty good. Well, no, not last Monday. The Monday before that, because we didn't trade last Monday. There was no news yesterday either. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to wait for volume to pick up. We do have some news at 8:30, and I know sometimes when it's high impact news, as we saw last week, and also the week where there was a bunch of news and holidays, the first week of April, if I'm not mistaken, we kind of saw that play out where a few pairs literally did not move until New York or until literally the news popped off. So that does happen sometimes. But regardless, news or not, things are kind of still the same rules wise. You still want to stick to your same rules and all that. The stop loss is extremely high. It doesn't need to be that high. You can do that. All right. I feel like that's just too high. Yeah, that should be decent. I'm gonna fix that. So new 5-minute just started. Go ahead and see what these other pairs are doing. Yeah, literally everything's just doing the same thing. But we're going to see what happens this hour, and if not, we're going to see what happens at 4 o'clock hour. Because things do pick up around that time as well. So we're going to see. We're going to stay on the charts, of course. This ain't nothing new. And of course, I wasn't live. I'd be doing other stuff. I say this all the time, but I just say it so y'all can kind of understand. Like, it's not like watching paint dry when you're trading. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can do whatever you want while you're trading. Obviously, you still want to pay attention to the charts and all that, but it's not like you're just staring at the screen, eyes hurting. By the way, blue light glasses, y'all. I don't know if I'm just late to the party, but I had someone recommend these to me like a while ago, like last year, and I was just like, man, I don't need no, because I don't wear prescription glasses. So I was like, blue light glasses. I was like, I don't need those glasses. Like, my vision's fine. When I tell y'all that I can literally see the difference, it's crazy. It's crazy. So y'all look into that. But anyways, yeah, so we're just patiently waiting. I'm flipping through other pairs, but these are the only pairs that are kind of the closest to ideal entry levels. So that's why we're just keeping on the screen. And also so y'all can see what's going on, because again, this is what trading is. All right, everyone's strategy is different, but at the end of the day, everybody's doing the same thing when it comes to trading. Right, you have to wait for your setup. You got to wait for your rules to be met. All right, no matter what strategy you're using, scalping, day trading, swing trading, doesn't matter. You still have to follow your rules and wait for that setup to come into play. And sometimes we've seen on stream, sometimes I literally just woke up, opened my computer up, started stream, we hop in trades, TP's getting hit. Sometimes same thing, we hop in trades, but no TPs get hit until later. And other days, you know, it might take an hour, might take 2 hours. It just depends on the day, the volume, where price is currently at, in the trend, a few things. But it's very simple, because it might seem like a lot, but like it's rinse and repeat. So once you get everything down, it's literally rinse and repeat. It's just a different day, different week, but same things pretty much happen every week. It's only slight changes, which would be news, holidays, and things like that. But if we take news and holidays out, and we just strictly think about the sessions, and patterns and coincidences, it's literally the same thing every day. And it just might be happening on a different time frame than it did yesterday, or vice versa, but literally like the same stuff happens every day. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. Still watching AJ. It's still just ranging right now. I'm gonna pull up these other pairs to see what's going on, just so y'all can see. Pretty sure nothing's going on, but we're about to see. Yeah, so it's still just kind of just chilling here. Those are just on stream. We haven't entered anything yet. We're only in we're not in anything. My bad. We're not in any trades yet. We're just looking at a few setups, but we're not in any trades yet. Keep it on this right here. Yeah, then we're just gonna keep it on this, because yeah, nothing else is as close as these are right here. It's this one and AJ. So we're just gonna keep it on these two for now. So I'm gonna flip. I'm still on my other screen, I should say, flipping on other pairs. But if things change, I will put it on this big screen, but for now we're just going to keep it on that pair. There's no point in flipping back and forth on that screen. But while he's looking, we might just have to wait for the 4 o'clock hour to see if it pops off. And if not, we're just going to have to wait till New York for volume to pick up. Which is no problem. All right, cool. So since there's a bunch of news going down, I think it's only appropriate that I drop this video so y'all can prepare, especially for Friday. All right, y'all. Definitely be careful with Friday because as we saw, there's a bunch of news going down. So it can be kind of crazy. And again, especially with the weekends, Fridays, they kind of want to ruin people's weekends. So it's not a coincidence they got a bunch of stuff popping off on Fridays. So just make sure to not be greedy, make sure to secure profits, all that stuff. But I actually got a video. I'm going to drop 2 videos right now. I might link some more later, but for right now, I'm going to drop 2 videos. All right. Actually, no, scratch that. I'm going to drop a few videos. It's going to be more than 2. All right. So while I'm doing this, go ahead and click the profile, the YouTube profile, and explore as well, because we don't just live trade. We have literally hours of live streams, not just that. We have hours of content ranging from literally my trading strategies. I break down my trading strategies step by step. I have a video breaking down how to, without over leveraging, compound and double your account monthly. I have videos on how to pass funded accounts, different strategies to pass funded accounts, not just one strategy, but I think I've talked about maybe like 3 or 4 different strategies. Bunch of trade breakdowns. I broke down my trade strategy a few times. I've gone over risk to reward, gone over how to count pips properly on both live accounts, funded accounts, currency pairs, gold, indices, all that stuff. Like it's just literally like I have a video for almost everything. If I don't have a video for it yet, it's just simply because I haven't made it yet. But I do need to drop something because I haven't dropped a video besides streams and shorts in a little minute. So I might drop something this week. I just been busy with a few other projects I'm working on and started. Yeah, the price is just ranging right now. Even GJ, how it was just green. Or the last candlestick, I think, went all the way back down to entry. Well, not down to entry. Let me not say that. It's retesting this level, so it could try to push up. Looking at AJ is still kind of just stuck where it's at. So literally, it was just these pairs that was the only decent ones. But again, to be fair, the move happened before we even started the stream. So it's not like we would have been able to get into it regardless. Only way we would have been able to get into this is if you enter this before the stream, or if you were one of the members that entered this, or if I would have called this out when I was recording that video for the members last night. But, you know, it is what it is. You miss opportunities all the time. When you're asleep, when you were done for the day, when you didn't trade that day, when you was in another trade and not in any other trades, you know, you're missing opportunities all the time. So ain't better trip about that. We also miss opportunities plenty of times on the stream, waiting for the retracement, entered off the retest the retracement, and it was like nothing happened. So I'm not tripping. But GA is rejecting that level and pushing up. So again, I'm not going to go for a buy just because the way the market structure is looking. We could potentially see a reversal and downtrend begin. So that's why I just want to be on the safe side and wait until it breaks the next level and is aiming towards the level above it to feel more confident to enter a trade. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in just a second. Yeah, JPY pairs are retracing. So we're going to scratch that. We're going to pull up GA so y'all can see what I'm talking about. What was the other day? Yeah, it was right here. What day was this? Thursday. We called a sell on GA another day too. I'm trying to figure out what day it was when it was right here. So yeah, so we're kind of right back right here. We call it the sell here, and because this was the same level that we're looking for a sell here, was the same level that we went for this nice drop here. Went for buy here, rejected this level after we hit some TPs. So the next day we went for a sell because the same thing. If it breaks this level, we could see a possible reversal begin. And we saw that almost happen again here. But then you see it hit that level, and you see that huge rejection wick. And then what happened after that rejection wick? All right, I went over the rejection wicks a few times in last week's stream. Members, you already know about rejection wicks, but I'm talking about for the people that aren't members. Rejection wick, what happened after that? Took off. All right, so we later, again, price, we're seeing another example, a shorter example, but price repeats itself all the time. You just got to know what you're looking at, what to look for, and how you can use that to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? It just comes down to that. New 15 did start though, so we're about to pull up these other pairs just to see if anything's changed. But nope, gold, no man's land. US30, let's pull that up. No man's land. No man's land. Yeah, so we're just patiently waiting. Your New Zealand's probably looking the same. Yeah. That's fine though. Like I said, the 4 o'clock hour, things couldn't pick up. And if it doesn't pick up, that's fine. We're just gonna wait for New York. That's simple. Because again, trading is really about mindset for the most part. Because it doesn't matter what strategy you have, but if you have a bad mindset, it's just gonna fuck you up. Just to keep it 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? If you come up into markets every day, neck scratching, fiending to get into some trades and to catch some pips, you're probably gonna do the opposite. And then the more mistakes you make, the more you're going to beat yourself up, and the more you're going to start doing stupid stuff in the markets. And then it's just going to be a snowball effect, and not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So it's truly about mindset. And the best way to have the proper mindset is to go about trading with the right attitude. And myself included, when I started, I had a terrible attitude with trading. Why? Because like most of us, while we're here, even in the stream, or even just started to trade in general, is because we saw some videos of people, whether they're lying or not, claiming to have made money or making some decent money trading. So we try to do the same thing. But the thing is, you can't just hop on a chart and make money. No matter how people say it's simple, it is simple, but it's not simple immediately. It becomes simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. When you first opened the chart up, you saw these candlesticks, you see, like, everything just looked like random patterns. But the more you're on the charts, the more you start to pay attention and start taking notes, then you start to notice things. It's not just a bunch of random movements. It's not just a bunch of random candlesticks. It's actually giving you hints of what's potentially about to happen next, and it explains what it's doing at all times. You just got to know what you're looking at. But what we're looking at right now is some slow charts. But again, that's part of the market. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like to do these lives, so y'all can see the full thing instead of just, a trade breakdown, even though those are good too. But it's also good to understand, again, the reality of trading. It's not enough content out here showing reality of trading. And I'm talking about like the behind the scenes or just like strictly realistic stuff or results, especially for newer traders that don't have 6-figure or 7-figure bank accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unrealistic. I mean, it's W marketing. I know I understand what they're doing. It's just, I'm just not going to do that. I don't know. I just think differently about certain stuff. We got GJ retracing down. We got EJ retracing down. So yeah, we just got a bunch of ranging going down. But we're going to see if this 4 o'clock hour, things are going to change. Because those that have been here, 4 o'clock hour, if you know, you know. We see things change a lot of times, especially when it's been super slow and anticlimactic like it is right now. So we're going to see if it's going to do exactly that for us. And if not, like I said, that's completely fine. Just going to wait for New York to try to get into some setups. Because again, we do have Empire State Manufacturing Index. And then on top of that, again, not a coincidence, but if we just simply look at gold at US30, I went over this last week multiple times. It's just funny because I went over this last week multiple times. I was like, this is the highest price has been, all-time highs. And I don't think they're going to want to just break an all-time high just for no reason. They're not going to want to break this high unless they really have no choice, or they already have a set date plan when they're going to have this high get broken. But they're not going to just offer it, break an all-time high for gold. All right, we look to the left, we can clearly see what happened. The first time we had this all-time high get broken in 2020, that thing tanked for months. When did it hit this? It hit this in August 2020. That thing tanked until March 2021. September, October, November, December, January, March. So 6 months after it hit the all-time high, it literally tanked all the way back down for 6 months. And again, look at this. Look at this. I'm just going to put a line right here, and we're going to zoom in. Obviously, we can see here how price is low, rejected multiple times. We also see here, and let's just look at the day here out of curiosity. This is March 2020. And let's just go up right here. We see the same thing. And y'all saw what I did. I just really put a random line on my screen. Y'all can do the same thing. I just put a random line on my screen. What is this? 2012. What does this say right here? April 2012. July 2011. And what year is it right now? It's 2023, right? So for over 10 years, you're telling me price has done the same thing, reacted to the same level for over 10 years? And you think it's not going to do the same thing this year or tomorrow or today? You know what I'm saying? That's why I be chilling. Because once you understand the levels, you know how to read the charts, then it just comes down to discipline and then some math, right? Because you still got to know how to calculate your lot size, how to count pips and all that stuff. So it's still some fundamentals you have to learn besides knowing how to read charts. You got to know how to enter trades properly as well. Because anybody can enter buy or sell, but you have to properly enter a trade. Because you look into your history, go to your history right now, go to your MT4, MT5, whatever you use, go to your history. And if you have more losses than wins, that's a problem. But that can be fixed. But the main thing I want y'all to look at is, are your losses bigger than your wins? Do your losses completely take out your wins? Are you winning 2 trades and 1 loss taking out your wins? Are you winning, 3 trades and 1 loss taking out those 3 trades? You know what I'm saying? Did you take 2 trades but that loss left you far from break even, not even close to break even? You're negative in the hole. If any of that stuff's happening, it's a problem. You got to calculate your lot size. A lot of people don't calculate lot size. People always talk about proper risk, but literally proper risk. What's going on, Fitmon? I see you in here. Mindset. And the first step, it sounds corny, but the first step is acknowledging or accepting. You know what I'm saying? You know that's your problem. You just got to understand why it's a problem, what's causing the problem, and how to fix it. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Now, I know that sounds pretty simple, but a lot of people don't do that. How many people you know that have problems and don't fix that shit. With simple solutions. Why? Because they're flustered, they're being emotional, they're not thinking straight. And until they get control of their emotions, they can't think straight and calm, cool, collected. If you don't have a cool head while trading, and then you're putting your money into the markets, it's just a bad combination. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad combination. Like toothpaste and peppermint gum. Toothpaste and orange juice, or having peppermint gum in your mouth and drinking orange juice. It's not a good combination. Speaking from experience, you know what I'm saying? I don't recommend that. Don't ever do that. But yeah, and I had the same problem with mindset, had the same problem with over leveraging, had the same problem with over trading, had the same problem with FOMO. I had all these same issues, you know what I'm saying? But they can be fixed. Now, the reason why the success rate's gone up a lot, but it's still not where I want it to be, because only 10%. I mean, that kind of works out in our favor, but like I still want to help as many people as I can. You feel me? But literally, all the stuff I talk about, all the stuff I tell y'all to do, I'm telling y'all to do it because I do it. All the stuff I tell y'all not to do is because I've done it and I see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never going to tell y'all to do something I don't do. I'm never going to tell y'all not to do something that I don't do. Because we can all win in these markets at the same time. Your screen being blue is not going to stop my screen from being blue. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. But the best thing that helped me with mindset, you can try it out. I know it's helped a lot of my students too. But just try it out. But like I said, everything's about perspective. Life too. Everything's about perspective. But literally, the thing that's going to help you with mindset is these things right here. All right, y'all. So listen up, because ain't nothing going on in the chart. So we might as well talk about some other stuff, because we can't enter trades, but we're still going to learn some stuff today. All right. So this is what it comes down to. And this helped me with my mindset. First thing, there's no strategy that's 100%. You're going to lose money at some point. All right. So once you understand that, that's going to make things a lot easier. So once you understand that, now you just have to sit there with yourself and be like, are you okay to take that risk? Because scare money don't make no money. To make money, you got to spend money. You got to invest. So you have to be okay yourself with doing that. And I say it a lot of times, and I really believe it's true. A lot of people come into this space and they don't want to lose any trades. They want to have 100% win rate every week, every day. They don't want to lose any trades. They want every TP to get hit every day. They want every TP to get surpassed every day. They don't even want to be in drawdown for even 2 seconds. That's ridiculous. Like that's when you say it like that, that's super silly. You know what I'm saying? That's super silly, because that's super unrealistic. But when you think about it, a lot of people have that mindset, because if they didn't, they wouldn't react the way they do when certain stuff happens. But that goes into the next point. Another thing that can mess your mindset up, besides that first part, is over leveraging. Now, what causes the over leveraging? Again, all these videos of people making people's salaries in one day. Obviously, some of those are real, but it's not realistic. So when you get a realistic profit on your account, you're not satisfied with that, because subconsciously in your head, your goal is to make what you saw that person on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok make. But you can't make that unless you literally are risking the same amount they're risking, put the same lot size, and preferably have a similar account size that they have. But also, a lot of these traders don't tell you that they're risking. Like I've heard people talk about they're risking like 20% account on their trade per trade, some stupid stuff. So even though they're making big money, they're still even risking over leveraging themselves, because risking 20% on one trade is a little risky. Even if you take just one trade a day, that's still kind of crazy. But if you have multiple accounts, that's different, because I have multiple accounts, and different accounts I do different risk amounts, and different accounts I only trade certain things. So if you have multiple accounts, that's different. But let's be honest, most people, especially starting out, you only got one account, so you can't play around. You can't have an account for play money or to experiment or to goof off or dick around. You only got one account, maybe a funded account you're trying to pass, or a one account and a funded account. So you got to take that seriously. All right, so take it seriously. You have to have a set plan written down. And by the way, y'all, I'm looking at the chart still. Nothing's going down. We're going to go to GA though, just to make sure we don't miss anything. But I'm looking at the charts on my other screen, by the way. But nothing's going down right now. Nothing's going down right now. Like I said, we're not entering a buy here. We're not entering a buy unless price can hold above this level. This would be a high risk buy. Because even it can hit here, we can look for a sell here. I'm kind of just want to wait for price to break out of this box here, at least for this pair. The JPY pair is a little bit different, but the JPY pairs, actually, let's look at GJ, because it could be back at a decent entry at this point. And it is the 4 o'clock hour. No, it's still kind of just chilling right there. But 4 o'clock hour did just start. So we're going to run through these pairs really quick, just to see if we're missing anything. But no, it's still doing this. So since it's still doing that, we're just going to put it back on GA. I got another pair on my other screen. We just looked at US30. So we're just going to keep it on this for now. All right, so that's the second thing that's going to help with your mindset. All right, the first thing, understanding that you're going to lose money. Now, by lose money, I mean you're going to lose a trade. All right, because again, if you properly risk and calculate your lot size, you're not going to, I mean, technically, if you lose a trade, you did lose money, but I'm talking about in the long run. All right, because we have to take things day by day, but you shouldn't be you should take things day by day. You should have daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals, and quarterly goals. But those daily goals are just to set you up for those weekly goals, and those weekly goals are to set you up for the monthly goals, and the monthly goals are to set you up for the quarterly goals. All right, because if you haven't noticed, again, there are some similarities, but every quarter there are some differences. All right, because every quarter there's different things going on, whether it's holidays, whatever, but every quarter is slightly different from the next. All right, so sometimes even every month's a little bit different, and then also there's always like a week or two every month, especially every quarter, where it's just a bunch of reports coming out, a bunch of high impact news, a bunch of manipulation. So there's a bunch of stuff you have to account for that is going to immediately cancel out 100% win rate just based off that stuff alone. Excuse me. Just based off that stuff alone. Now let's pull up AJ and GJ, because you're thinking. And do that. Yeah, so this is retesting this level. So it could try to take off some. Excuse me, we'll see how it reacts here, because it's really respecting this level. We can see that here. If I put a line right here, and let's change this color because I do not want to set myself up. Simply just put a line right here. We can see price keeps hitting this level, but it's respecting it by these wicks, but it keeps retesting this level. So it's either going to, again, like we just talked about, it's kind of ranging around, it's kind of stacking up. It's doing what we were just talking about 10 minutes ago. So it's either going to rip up to the upside, or it's going to take back down to this key level. And it's going to bounce off that level, or it's going to proceed to continue to push to the downside. But right now, it's respecting this level of traffic that is on top of. So we could potentially see continue to push out. And plus, it is bullish. So looking at the daily time frame, we can kind of see what's going on. One, we have this level of traffic to the left. 2, we can see when it hit the zone here, it rejected. Then 3, we can also see the level we're currently above / on. We kind of been just playing at this level all last week. We haven't really gone anywhere. We passed it, but we've closed at this level here. And like I tell the members all the time, it's important to note take where the candle goes, but it's more important where the candlestick closes. All right. It's important to understand and acknowledge where the candlestick goes, but what is most important is where the candlestick closes. All right. That thing's dropping. So if that's dropping, I'd like to see GA drop. Doesn't mean it's going to do it, but we're going to see. Nah. So we're going to keep it on GJ. But back to what I was saying. So it comes down to that mindset, and then it comes down to facing reality. All right. Once you face reality, it makes things a lot more simpler. All right. So once you understand that there's losses are going to happen, you're not going to win every trade. Once you understand that you have to properly calculate your lot size, you can't just enter, oh, I put this lot size in, then per every pip I go up, I'm going to make this. Yeah, but every pip you go down, you're going to lose this. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you need to calculate your lot size and have a set amount that you want to risk every trade. All right. Now, that set amount should be based on percentages, okay? Not whole numbers. It should be based on percentages and then turned into whole numbers. All right. So that's why in the disclaimer, I always talk about risking 1 to 5% of your account. I don't say, risk, $5 to $20 or whatever. I say 1 to 5%. All right. Because as everything comes down to percentages, we're investing. All right. Everything comes down to percentages. You should have a separate amount that you want to risk, or you're okay with risking per day. All right. And then, so you need to know how many trades you're trying to take per day, how many trades you're not going to take per day. You need to know what your daily goal is. Once you hit a certain number, when you're going to close out your trades or secure profits, leave runners, whatever you do. But you have to have a game plan. You can't just come in here just winging it and raw dogging. You gotta know what you're trying to do. Because if you just come in here winging it, it might work 1 day, 2 days. But again, when the news days come up, or we're about to hit a level that you didn't peep, you're gonna, it's gonna hurt your account. You know what I'm saying? You might get lucky a few times, but you know what I'm saying? That one time you don't get lucky, you're going to be beating yourself up, and you're gonna be wishing, you're gonna be doing the shoulda, woulda, coulda mantras. You're going to be doing all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to just stick to the rules every time, even though sometimes you could break the rules. But when it comes to trading, stick to most of the rules for the most part. There's a few other things, but that's the basics. Because I can go into more detail about that, but we'd be here for a while. But that's the few things. Like, it's just really just facing reality. And then once you know what you're trying to risk per trade, whether that's 1 to 5%, then you just figure out what that is in whole numbers. And that's simple. You can just Google that. If you don't know how to calculate it yourself, just Google it, and Google will do it for you. And then once you see what that percentage is in whole numbers, you just have to accept that or lower it. Either lower your risk or accept that. If you can't accept it, lower it. If you don't want to lower it, then you just got to accept it. And if you can't do one of the two, then you know what I'm saying, you just got to either trading ain't for you, or you just got to take a break until you feel comfortable doing that, or I don't know, wait until you can put more money into your account or practice to get it funded. One of the things, but you just have to accept reality. But a lot of people don't want to accept reality with trading, but that's the biggest thing, because once you understand all that stuff, especially when you know how to identify these levels on the screen, links in the description for all that stuff. But I also have some free videos as well. But once you understand how to identify levels, and you know how to read the charts properly, then you know what I'm saying, there's no reason to freak out. Like when I'm in drawdown, I'm chilling. Even if a stop loss gets hit, I rarely care. Why? Because I know what I'm risking, I'm okay with what I'm risking, and I know in the long term, if I consistently stick to my rules, risk the same amount every day, every trade, I'll be up by the end of the week. I mean, let's go down memory lane really quick. Not this week. I know there was a week we had a little bit of a rough. We're not going to count this week. That was a week where there was like holidays and stuff. So this is how we ended last quarter. Last quarter, by the way, that means the last 3 months, January through March, we went 199 and 14. So that means the first 3 months of the year, we took 191 W's and only 14 L's split between 3 months. So 14 losses between 3 months and 199 wins is excellent, 93% win rate. And by the way, if you just scroll up to the 8th, you'll be able to find where I'm at right here. And if you just click right here, then it'll put you all the way up to January and you can see all this stuff. All right. But since we're here, let's go ahead and scroll up here because November was a rough month because of the holidays. So I'm trying to find a good example. I feel like we just had one. Let me pull up my phone because it'll be easier to scroll through my phone. Because I feel like we just had one. Because I remember talking to them. I feel like I remember texting the members talking about that. So it had to be like within a week or two. So let me see if I can find that message really quick. And if it takes too long, we'll just go on to the next one. Because there's literally examples all the time of either we had a one bad day or we started the week off rough, but we ended it up. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a bad mindset and you're just trying to, obviously you should want to win, but if you have a bad mindset, you get discouraged, you're not going to have the right energy about you to even make up what you lost or to end the week on a good note. Where is, I can't find it. Oh well. But there's literally been weeks, and again, everything is documented on here. Like it's very transparent. Even days when we had take L's, it's on here. I'm gonna be deleting stuff. You know what I'm saying? People be trying to clown when we take L's. I don't delete the comments. I just let them be there. Because you know it is what it is. Why? Because I know in the long run, I'm gonna be up for the week and the month and the quarter. So again, and I know what I'm risking. All right. So if you're okay with what you're risking and you accept what you're risking, when you're in drawdown, you should not be freaking out. When you're in drawdown, you should not feel any anxiety. When you're in drawdown, you shouldn't feel anything. When you're in drawdown, you shouldn't even be staring at your red screen because that's just stupid. Like that's what's going to mess your mindset up too. If I'm looking at a red screen, that's going to mess me up too. You're not looking at a chart. You didn't enter a trade based off that. You entered a trade based off looking at a chart. You feel me? So you need to look at a chart at all times. You should only pull out the MT4, MT5 to when a TP gets hit, when you're entering a trade, or when you're moving, when you're taking partials, when you stop loss and profit, or closing the trade. You should not just be staring at your screen. All right, because if you don't know, when you enter a trade, you're gonna be in drawdown immediately, anyways. So it's kind of stupid to do that to yourself. So that's another thing that's going to mess you up too. And I talked about that in a few of my videos. Stop staring at your screen, your phone screen. Look at a chart. All right, we're trading over here. And we make decisions based off charts. Looking at that red screen isn't going to explain why you're in drawdown. It's not going to tell you what's going on. But if you're looking at the chart, it's going to explain why you're probably in drawdown, what's going on. So EA. So we're looking at EA. Is looking different from GA. We saw GA is looking like, well, let's just pull up GA really quick. So look at EA, more in the daily time frame. Look at EA, right? Look at that. And now we're going to go to GA. All right, so it looks a little bit different, but they're kind of doing the same thing. All right, so this, like I said, if it breaks below this level, we could be seeing it downtrend again. It could still try to reverse before New York session or during New York session, but this could also be a higher low if it can break these levels and continue to push up. Now, Euro AUD is looking a lot like a ladder compared to GA. All right, so we look at Euro AUD. Okay, back on the daily, it's looking a little bit different from. Why is my computer doing this? Slide to the left, bro. There we go. Anyways, so we zoom in here. We see it looks a little bit different. So we see it's potentially doing what we're talking about. All right, but we also see here 2 days of reject this level. So we could potentially enter here. It'll be a little bit aggressive entry, but it is looking like it could potentially continue to push up. So we're going to see how it reacts when it retests this level. So I'm just going to slide this over. I'm going to write up trade deferred buys at not terrible. It's about 10 pips away from the ideal entry, which isn't super terrible. But obviously we would have wanted to enter right here. Got a little sidetracked to my tangent. Let's pull up gold in the indices. Yeah, but we didn't enter anything today, y'all, but that could change during New York in the next hour or so. So we're going to do a quick recap of the pairs. It's going to be on the charts most likely. But yeah, literally, at least the main pair I want to trade, kind of just ranging right now. So the way they're looking, probably going to be like this until about 2 hours from now. And if not, we don't see anything around 6 o'clock. And it's probably not going to pop off until 8 o'clock or right at the news candlestick. So I wouldn't be surprised when that happens. All right, so those are just on the stream. We didn't enter anything. We was looking at some trades. They were ranging. They rejected. We did miss like one entry, but besides that, everything else we looked at is just kind of just chilling. We do have news popping off during New York session and all this week. So it could just be slow until then. But it's still going to be on the charts, though. And we'll go from there. And again, if I do enter anything, I will be posting at least one trade in the free Telegram. But yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope the streams did help y'all out, though, because we did talk about some good stuff. Even though we didn't enter any trades, we did talk about some good stuff. So make sure to rewatch and rewind and, you know, apply that and see if that helps you out. You know what I'm saying? Shane, because again, that helped me out entirely. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's all about mindset, and that's life in general, but trading especially. Because again, like you can have the greatest strategy in the world. You can buy the #1 course in the world. You can have the #1 mentor in the world. But if your personal mindset or your discipline is lacking, it doesn't matter what strategy you got. You know what I'm saying? Like strategy is one piece of the puzzle. It's just one piece. But yeah, that's literally it. I'm gonna be on the chart still, but things probably ain't gonna pop off until the next couple of hours or New York. Wouldn't be surprised. But let me just look at GJ really quick. So it's rejecting that level. It's respecting this level of support though. You see the past few days once it hit this level, it's shot back up. So yeah, we just gotta get it out of this box. So yeah, that's what we want to see. All right, y'all. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow, same time. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more action-packed tomorrow. We'll see though. I do know right before London, we do got some GBP news. And then at 5 o'clock, we have Euro news. We still might be able to jump into something. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see though. Again, like I said, I'm still gonna be on the charts, but just looking at how price is moving and the news events going on today, it might be just chilling like this to New York. And then put on top of it is Monday. You know, it is what it is. But I'll see y'all tomorrow, same time. Make sure to follow me on socials. You see it on your screens. And yeah. Broker I use, I sent you the link. Check your YouTube notifications because I saw your comment and I responded to that comment and put the link in there. So check your YouTube comments. And if you can't find it in your YouTube comments, then go into the free Telegram. Because I post it at least once a week, sometimes more than once a week. All right. So if you can't find it, just scroll to the Telegram. All right. Scroll to the 13th. And you're going to see the broker I use right here. All right. But I send it to you on the YouTube comment you left under my video. So either scroll to the 14th in the free Telegram or check your YouTube notifications. But I did respond to you. All right. And it should be in my description, but you said you couldn't find it. So like I said, I sent it to you. I responded to your comment, sent it to you, or go into free Telegram and scroll to the 14th. So GJ's trying to push back up. Yeah, so I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to be on the chart still. Oh, you was looking at the advantage? No. No, I posted in the free plays. Okay, that was the confusion. Yeah, because you're like, I couldn't find it. I was like, you can't find it. But hey, I mean, it is what it is. At least at least you found it now. That's what's important. I got you, Shane. All right, y'all. Y'all enjoy y'all's day though, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens on these next couple hours in New York.